last couple calls.
Okay, Bill Belichick. Hi guys, it's our 9:30 Pacific call, and just wanted to, we're live on Facebook now. So we opened up at the end of last week a call for our Pacific Coast folks, and just want to kind of reiterate like what the purpose of this call is and the purpose of the group Remote Revolution. Olivia just brought up a really good point. There's so much information out there right now. I don't know about you guys, but I've been invited to like 150 groups. Everybody's a coach, everybody's a speaker, everybody's a trainer. There's 80 million classes going on, right? And we know in our world, systems and models and preparation is what's going to get us through this. So what we're doing is we're committed to keeping an eye out on everything that's going on in all these different information vehicles and putting them in this group. So what we're asking you guys to do is if you see something that's really cool, someone's doing an open house, a showing, an email, anything that you see out there, drop it in the group. There are a lot of people that are really lost that don't know what to do. And in this call, we are now going to bring on special guests. So it's going to be a mastermind call, but we're going to have somebody come on at the beginning of the call, talk for about 5 minutes around a certain topic, and then we're going to mastermind around that topic. I'm going to keep the calls consistent. I mean, you should listen to both because new things can come up, yet the topics will be consistent. The speaker will be consistent for our East Coast folks and for our West Coast. And yeah, that's all we need. We just need you guys to spread the love, help, drop things in the group, do the humble brags right now, guys. Like, this is not the time to hold back. If your team is doing awesome stuff, brag. And if you're afraid to do it, send it to me and I'll brag for you. You know, we have a really, really big opportunity as operations folks to help so many people right now with systems and models that don't know, right? Just don't know what to do. Okay, so with that said, we're going to jump into today's topic. Today's topic is P&L. And I asked Amanda Dahl to be our speaker today because Amanda is done some really amazing things in the last week and a half with her team's P&L. So she's going to share with us for about 5 minutes, get your wins and ideas ready around what you've done with P&L, and that's what we're going to talk about. So Amanda, you want to start us off?
Yeah, like Brinley said, we took our P&L, we looked at it last Monday, and within 24 hours had cut over $2,600 in expenses. And that was laying off 0 people, for the record. And when I say cut them, not only just cut them, that's it. Whether the service was renegotiated or whether we just cut the service, like it was done in 24 hours, not we built a plan around it. We moved that quickly. And so she asked me to speak for about 5 minutes today on this. And the 3 bullet points that I came to be the most important in this process would be, the first one is mindset. Let's make sure we get our mindset right around this. Overnight, for some of us, overnight, this conversation has just come out of thin air. We never really looked at a P&L before. We never really looked at our expenses before. And now we're looking at them and we're expecting our people to be looking at them too. And so this is a foreign language to some people. And that's just the reality. I mean, we want to speak real here. So first, get your mindset right. What is it that we need to be looking at? And then enlisting the people that we need to help us with that, which leads me into bullet point number 2. And that is get your team together. Do not do this by yourself. If you're a team owner and maybe you have a partner, you should absolutely be doing this with your partner. If you don't have a partner and you have a director of operations or a VP of operations or whomever your right hand is, make sure that you're doing this with them, because you don't know the importance of every expense in the business maybe, and they're going to poke holes in it. They're going to push back on you. You're going to push back on them. So it's better to have 2 eyes on this than just one. And then which leads us into our 3rd bullet point. And that is really if you are in a situation where you have a CPA or an accountant who delivers a P&L to you regularly, then go back for the last 3 months. And I would even say you can pull December at this point as well. So December, January, February, and what you currently have for March. If you do not have a P&L that is delivered to you on a monthly basis from one of those people, then you're going to pull your credit card statements starting from December through today. And then you're also going to pull your bank statements. And if you're using 5 different sources to pay for stuff in the business, well, then you're going to pull 5 different sources the last 3 months. I know this isn't fun. It's going to be absolutely 100% tedious. And yet it is imperative that you do it this way. And then you're going to get two highlighters. One highlighter is what we're keeping. The other highlighter is what we're cutting. And you're going to top grade this stuff. Somebody said on the earlier call that we did that they're going through their P&L and they're doing it on a scale of like 1 to 5. 1 are things that should have been cut yesterday. 5 are things that are super important and that we absolutely need to keep or reevaluate. And I think that's a great system to use for your P&L.
100%. 100%.
That was it. I did it in 3 minutes this morning instead of 5.
I know, man. She was fast. She was fast. So I'm going to unmute everybody. So I think she brought up so many good points. I mean, I love the idea of, I think last week, a lot of us went into panic mode and we started cutting without really being intentional and any rhyme or reason. And I don't think it's too late to go back and say, okay, what is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step plan, right? I think we filtered out a lot of garbage last week and being reactive. We got rid of the subscriptions. We got rid of the things that really aren't bringing the value, right? Yet the next round is going to be the bigger round, right? And Amanda, we talked about, can you share what you've done, your wins have been with renegotiating? Because you've been renegotiating a lot of things as well.
Right. And so this isn't, again, I know it put a lot of people in a state of panic and a lot of people who have never done this before. So my second bullet point was get your team together. If you don't have a right hand or you don't have a partner or something, reach out to your coach. I'm sure your coach would love to help you poke holes in this. There are other resources you can get people to help you do this. But that being said, like one of the things that we did was Mojo Dialer is something that our team uses. We are 16 people, 5 are operations staff, ISA, and then the rest are agents. So when I looked at our Mojo Dialer, I was like, wow, we have 5 single lines and 2 triple lines. Automatically, we cut 3 single lines and 1 triple line. That was it. And then we now have lines for people who are only, like our ISA is dialing all day, every day. So he has a triple line. That made sense. In addition to that, when you're going through and you're cutting these expenses, look and see, did I just pay the bill for it? If I just paid the bill for it, I technically have 30 days of the service. So don't go cut it today and then you lose access to your entire account. Make a note in your calendar that my renewal date is on the 23rd of the month. So on the 22nd, I need to go in and cut it so that I still get the month that I just ended up paying for. So that's a common mistake some people are making. And then renegotiating. So reaching out to like photographers right now, I'm sure are getting a lot of people that are pulling back. So are you reaching out and going, well, hey, listen, if we use you for our next 5 listings, can we negotiate pricing? Reaching out to any third-party sources that you're buying leads from, or for us, we use Boomtown as a CRM. So reaching out to those people and instead of saying, hey, we're going to cut the wire today, asking them how they're willing to work with us in this time. So maybe it's push our bill out 30 days, or maybe it's negotiating the next couple months, and maybe we're getting like half off for certain services. And those are some of the big wins we've had in the last week in doing those.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes by Benjamin Franklin is, by failing to prepare, we're preparing to fail. And what Amanda's doing is she's going in and she's creating the plan and preparing. So like this morning, I called my mortgage company. I called my car payment, my car company. I found out that I'm 1 month ahead on my mortgage and I didn't even know it. Right? Like, so really, like, I don't even have to pay the next month, but I don't know this stuff because I don't call. It's on auto pay. It comes out. Now, am I going to, I did defer. I mean, I'm not afraid to say I deferred. Now, am I going to use it? I may not, right? I don't know. At least though I have the option and I know that it's done and it's there, that if I need to not pay it for the next 2 months, I'm okay. This is not the time to stick our head in the sand and be the ostrich and be afraid to ask and be ashamed to ask, right?
Or be too proud. I was going to say, take your ego.
Too proud. Yeah. Like, this isn't for me as a business owner. Like I may have to defer my payment to be able to keep someone's job, right? That's the reality because we don't know. And are we treating this again like a sprint or a marathon? So I love that. Olivia, what have you guys been doing around P&L? What have been some of your wins?
So we took, we kind of broke it up. We took a quick look together, and there were a few items that we kind of cut right away. We had actually been talking about expanding into the building that we're in. We have a mega agent office, and we were going to be expanding into a little extra space. And we decided that we're not going to do that. So that's money that we'd sort of had been planning to start spending as of next month, and we're not going to. You know, and a few other areas where we could cut right away. And then we've got a meeting this week, team owner, director of sales, and myself, to sit down and just go through in, you know, total detail everything that's on there. And other than people, everything is on the table. Absolutely everything like that we are spending money on is on the table. And we're going to look at how much we're spending and why we're spending it, and if we should be spending it. And like I said, everything that's not a person is up in the air.
And we should talk about that elephant. I think we should. I love people.
Amanda. Yeah.
If you saw my post a week ago, I said, when you're looking through your P&L, ask yourself the question, whose job is at the end of that line item? Because we are compassionate individuals. We love our people. And yet now more than ever is their opportunity to show their value and us to communicate as leaders to them that, guys, listen, it is all hands on deck. No job is above you. No job is below you. The sentence, that's not my job or my responsibility. This is not the time for that to come out right now. And what are you doing to really pull your weight in this? My office manager, she literally has gone through our entire inventory list on everything that we order. And she's already looking for better pricing. She's already cutting things that you know, are not necessities right now for our organization. And that's my office manager. Listings, same thing. Who does she have relationships with, and who can she be reaching out to right now in her day-to-day job, renegotiating things for us or finding out better pricing for things. So all hands on deck, guys.
Yeah. So I love Nicole. I'm going to put you on the spot here for a minute. Something you said right before is, and you're on mute, darling, if you want to take yourself off mute. Everyone on Nicole's team right now is an ISA. Can you tell us about that, Nicole?
Yeah, everybody set a goal to, you know, spend their day dialing, trying to make as many contacts as they possibly can. I mean, our state just went into lockdown, and Eric's sending messages to our group right now. Chances are we can't go out on showings anymore. So, I mean, what else is everybody going to do right now? As long as you're healthy, you're able to work, you want to, you know, we're not going to get a paycheck right now for probably, if you don't have something under contract, it's a very good chance that you're not going to see a paycheck for, you know, a little while. So you might as well work on building up that pipeline for when this is all done.
And Nicole, how many did you guys put under contract this weekend?
We have 3 listings going live today, 2 more listings that were signed that are supposed to be going live before Wednesday. And then I had seen, I think, 2 offers go out this weekend, 1 verbally accepted, 1 negotiating right now that we are expecting to go under contract.
Yeah, I was on a coaching call with one of my clients that's an attorney yesterday, a real estate attorney. And we went on, I said, do you have access to MLS? And she said, yeah. And I went on and we pulled all the listings from the last 7 days. Mm-hmm. And we pulled all the pendings from the last 7 days. And she was shocked. She's like, I never thought the numbers would be that high. And so the only question that we have to be asking ourselves is not, are things selling and are things listing? It's, why are they selling and listing with someone else that's not me? What are those people doing that I'm not doing, right? Mm-hmm. It's a seller's market. It just shifted to a seller's market. All of the unmotivated sellers have taken their homes off the market, and there are still a ton of motivated buyers. So it really is capitalizing on that. So I just love that, Nicole, your whole team went all in.
Yeah.
All in on the activities that are going to generate the most income the fastest. So for our small business owners that are watching that are not necessarily in real estate, getting all of your people on the activities that are going to generate the most income the fastest. What else are you guys doing around P&L?
We actually just took the switch over to Command completely. We just decided, you know what, we're going to cut our CRM and we're just going to do it. It's been a transition, but at the same time saves us money. I mean, we already run such a low cost business, but just to cut that money out, it feels good because that was our biggest cutout. Sorry, there's my child. So that was amazing. Aiden, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, go back upstairs, okay?
And so, Samantha, how are you all doing with that transition? Like, how can you give us a little bit of insight? I love this. Oh my goodness, this is gonna make me cry. Look at all these little babies.
Sorry.
No, it's the life we live in, right? What have you guys, how are you handling that transition? Because that's a lot for people.
Yeah. To be honest, this is like the very first, obviously, full week. Here, Bubba, come sit here. No, come here. This is the full week that we have been using it. And it's hard because we're all in office. And so we're so used to training together. And so what I did was I created a Facebook group and just housed all of our training videos in there. And then just telling the girls, hey, log on. Here's the newest and the greatest of what we're doing.
Brilliant.
And that has been a huge help. I mean, just getting, and then I think about it. And then in the future, when we're all through all of this, it's going to be so much better when we're training our staff too, because they're able to go to one place and to look up how to work our system. Because right now, what I was doing was just sending videos out, and it was just taking up so much storage for everybody, and it took forever to download, and it was just really frustrating. So that has honestly been a lifesaver on what we're doing. We started focusing on one thing at a time. Because it's a lot that you could learn, and a lot that's not working, and a lot that is working. So we're just having to find stuff that we're going to have to like work around, really. And we don't have a super large team, but there's 4 of us, well, 5 of us total. So it's just finding workarounds and then sharing it with each other.
Yeah, some of the best tools we have right now is a 1-3-5, right? A 1-3-5 around, that's the plan, right? It's coming up with the plan. So let's go back to the elephant in the room. Let's talk about people. I got the question this morning from an agent. I want to be prepared. How do we handle when we have to start looking at the people? You know, and here's the number one thing that I think is first is the conversation with leadership, right? Again, going back to Amanda's point, no decisions in your business right now should be made by yourself. None. Like, you should have at least one other person that you're bouncing things off of that's helping guide you through this, because in a time of chaos, our ideas that we think are brilliant are not always the most brilliant ideas, right? And so leadership, and asking leadership what they're going to contribute first, right? There's a lot of big companies that the leadership is taking pay cuts in order to not have to lay off some of the lower level employees. Has anybody been having these conversations?
Absolutely.
Well, I was laid off.
Yeah.
I was one of the laid off employees. So
yeah,
I'm on the other side.
Yeah. So, you know, that's the reality of what's going to start happening. And I don't want to bring the whole energy on the call just went, you know,
right.
But it's reality. It's reality. Yeah. Amanda, did you want to say something?
I was going to say, 30 days, we can work through that. When we start talking about 60 and 90 days, though, absolutely, this is the conversation. And so getting your people prepared ahead of time, and then preparing yourself ahead of time to what can you do right now so that should that happen, should maybe you go from a salaried position to over 30 days or 60 days, maybe the agreement is you work hourly and it's just based on performance, because that can happen. And my expectation is that there's probably about 4 hours a day of work for you. So I can absolutely keep you from 9 to 12. And then preparing yours, so what can you do to make sure that you're owning this at all levels too? Because you're right, we don't want to lose people. I would rather our entire team take a small hit than 1 or 2 people take a huge hit. And that's the reality, but it can happen. So what are you doing to also prepare yourself too? I know Brinley has said on almost every single call that we've done, if you are somebody who's out of a job or it's looking that way, come give me your contact information. I will gladly hook you up with whoever I need to. So use your resources as well. But we have absolutely prepared our staff for that. And it's, guys, all hands on deck. So how are you proving your value right now? I love what you said, Samantha, about the moving forward with the systems that you're implementing right now. We also don't want to lose sight of the fact that we have to be documenting that. Sometimes we can change on a dime or shift very quickly, and yet we're not documenting any of it. We're not recording any of it. So should this happen again, we have no recordation of it. So make sure, like, that's one of the things in our project management board right now. Everybody's creating cards for the projects they're working on, and they can't move their projects to completed unless they have documented the process and told me where I can go find the process for what they did, and then they can move it, because I don't want to lose sight of the processes and documentation of all this.
Yeah. I would also go back, so start with leadership. What are they willing to contribute? Start with your highest earners. So an agent and I were talking about agents and splits, right? And leadership can't ask the team to do anything that they're not willing to do themselves. So we're not doing cuts and splits or pay for profit. We're doing cuts and splits and pay to keep jobs. So we have to be clear with that. And we need to be an open book company during this time if we're asking people to make sacrifice, I believe. Now, this is my opinion. You might disagree with me, and that's okay. Yet that's what I believe. And I think you'll create more buy-in from people that way when they know that the money is going truly to keep jobs. Now, larger companies probably aren't going to go fully open book. Us smaller companies, we can, right? And then, start looking at, again, what Amanda said, highest ROI. And that's the reality of where we have to go, is what's bringing the most value to the company.
And get really clear on, like, go to SBA.gov, the Small Business Administration, and see what relief loans are out there. What loans are they offering businesses right now? I was just actually researching that this morning, and there's 2 that we qualify for. Do we need to apply for them right now? I don't know that. And yet it's good to know that information should we need to, and know what will be available to us.
It's our responsibility as leadership to prepare for it, right? It's not our people's, it's our job to make sure that we're prepared to be able to support our business and our mission. All right, what else? What else do you guys have around P&L? Olivia, did you have something you want to share?
Yeah, I think this is just, one of the things that, we're in a position, and the reason we're able to say that, our people aren't on the table. I completely agree, Amanda. It is all hands on deck. Everyone is doing whatever needs to happen. All of us we're all going to be making calls. We're all going to be, if we're all shut down, then lead gen's the only thing left. So, we're all going to be doing that. The reason we're able to do that is because, looking backwards, we've made smart decisions. We don't run credit, so we can go a long time without any income, without having to cut people. Mm-hmm. So we're in a strong position right now, which means that we're able to say both to our staff and to our agents, you're going to be okay, and we're going to make sure of it, as long as we're all working together. Right. Nobody gets to sit back and say, well, I don't do that. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, we can say to them, your job is not on the line so long as you're part of the solution.
And I'm going to say it, I'll say it as a business owner, if we get to that point and I have to make those decisions, the people that are in the trenches with me right now are probably not going to be the ones that I'm going to be thinking are going to go first. It's going to be the people that are clocking in at 9, clocking out right at 5, taking an hour lunch. I'm not saying you shouldn't do all those things. That is your choice, right? We can't force. A lot of people are 1099. We can't tell you when to work, how to work, how long to work. I just want to be proactive for you, to share with you that these are the things that business owners are going to look at when they're making these decisions, right? You guys know I always say the things that nobody's going to say that gets me.
No, it's true.
Right.
And it's a serious, I have staff members bringing me ideas right now, and I'm like, that is so great. Run with it. Go. Yes. Perfect. So you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah. It's awesome. Anna, did you have anything to add, sweetie? How are things in your neck of the woods? Oh, she's muted. Anna, no. All right. Does anybody else have anything else to add? Okay. You guys are amazing. Thank you for showing up today. I'll leave you with this too. Take mind share right now. Take mind share to take market share later, because yes, some states are going to go on lockdown. By the way, like, this group and Remote Revolution is not to find all that stuff out. That stuff you really should be keeping in touch with your broker and your market centers on what's happening in your state and with your attorneys. We're starting to see it trickle out. So it's probably going to come to your state soon. Again, be prepared and take mind share right now. What value are you offering every day to your clients? Do you have a schedule for that? Do you have a schedule of, on Mondays, we're going to offer this, on Tuesday, we're going to do this, on Wednesday, we're going to do this? Help keep their mindset in a positive place, because they will remember how you show up during this time. So you guys are awesome. If you need anything, reach out. And tomorrow, Amanda, what time's your class today?
3 o'clock Zoom call for jumping into your P&L. And I've got some amazing men and women that have done this. And so we're all just going to get together and share what we're doing and help you guys walk through this piece.
Yeah, so if you want to go deeper into P&L, join Amanda at 3:00. She posted the info this morning. Maybe just go comment on it, Amanda, to bring it back to the top. And then tomorrow, I'm really excited, Brittany Brands. And those of you that don't know Brittany, she listed over 300 homes a year while she was a listing agent for the Loken Group. She helped build their listing division, and she was a bold coach. And she's going to be talking to us tomorrow about seller processes now that we're shifting into a seller's market. So join us tomorrow. Both calls she'll be on, and have an awesome day, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.